Hey everyone, it's Pat again, and this is sort of the part two video of the one I did earlier because I had some more cards that I was pulling from the mermaids, and I ran out of time on my on the screen capture that I use. So, anyways, just as a reminder, the cards we've got from Mary this week were children, beginning of the week, tenderness, and forgiveness. Okay. And I got a sort of a second little story theme as I was looking at these for this week. Maybe at the beginning of the week, it may be that there's issues coming up for you from childhood. Maybe memories are surfacing. It's Mercury retrograde time, and that tends to make things resurface that we haven't maybe dealt with. And especially where we've had, as I've mentioned in previous videos, so many celestial events with the with the moon, the full moons coming up, the blue moons, etc. There's a lot of moon energy around that's affecting us. So sometimes that can really shine a light on things, and it's bringing these things up to the surface. So it may be about exploring or re-remembering, issues that you had when you were a child. And so as a reminder, middle of the week, as as these are kind of floating, as they're kind of bubbling up and you're re-examining them, to be gentle with yourself, okay? You're being both gentle and powerful. Maybe you're finally speaking up to somebody about something that happened to you, or the way things were when you were a child, et cetera, et cetera. Having a very honest conversation with them about it. And then finally getting to a place with forgiveness with it. Forgiveness of those who were involved, et cetera, et cetera. So it's bringing, and that frees up a lot of energy and frees up a lot of your power and emotion that may have been tied up for that. Because, even though there are things that happened in our childhood and we think we may have forgotten about it, it's in the past, what have you, sometimes elements of it do trickle to the surface. But oftentimes it trickles to the surface as a fear. We have a fear about something. Like for a lot of people, it might be a fear of shining or being out in the public or being seen for who they are. Maybe because in the past, when they were a child, they got really, every time they shined, they got torn down. People made fun of them. People, made fun of them or verbally abused them or in some other way put them down. And so now they're afraid to do that. So it's maybe about exploring things like that, noticing where, when you as the observer notice things that are going on in your life, where did this come from, kind of thing. So, but for the mermaid cards that came out, there's only two that popped up. One of them was explore your options. Now, if you are dealing with a child that has sensitivities, it's a reminder to explore your options in terms of what else is out there available. That's part of what's going on at the beginning of the week. You're kind of diving underneath the surface there, underneath the surface, meaning underneath the mainstream solutions, generic solutions for things. And you're exploring what other options that there are. It's a good time to do that. It says, and the card itself says, it's a good time to look at other possibilities, and it's a good time to make changes. Okay, so, and this other card popped up from the mermaids of pay attention. Notice repetitious signs and your inner guidance, as it can yield valuable information. Now, for those of us who've been involved with the angel stuff, we know that the angels often give signs in the form of number sequences. You might see 444, or I know sometimes when I see the numbers 555 a lot, it's about there's changes coming down the road. But so it's whatever your signs are. Some people, when they find pennies, that's a sign to them. It's saying notice the signs, including those that you might know have been like something that you associate with a loved one who's passed. That's a sign for a lot of people. A favorite song on the radio that either they loved or you both did, that shows up. Okay, that's part of your processing that you're going on this week. Notice those signs that are there for you. Okay. So those are the primary messages that come through for this week. It looks like it's going to be an interesting week. And of course, you know, we also have the beginning of spring this week, at least for us those here in the Northern Hemisphere. I know many of us up here in New England are looking forward to it, even though we might get yet another storm dumped on us. We're not sure of how that's going to turn yet. But anyways, I hope this finds you well and your week's going well. And remember, Archangel Metatron is who we're looking to this week, because not just with the children, but it seems like it's going to be a week of sensitivity for all of us. Okay, people are going to be feeling sensitive because there's a lot of planetary energies moving around too. So we're all going to be a little bit sensitive and may need some help dealing with that. And we have the same colors going in here today. He has the seafoam green and the violet, and I have my sea blue on as well. So anyways, thank you so much for listening and watching. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Take care, everyone.